Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Well, let's work this on at least. Hey team, how we going? It's Kaz and Lauren again. You know, a bit of egg on our face. Caught us fanboying about Johnny Depp. You know.
We all liked ourselves.
Yeah, that's okay. Guys and gals, you know, it's great to be here. As we said before, in case you didn't hear it, I'm 50 years old now. You know, it happened on Anzac Day. I don't know how your Anzac Day I don't know. Maybe it just needs. Hello?
Yeah, they're saying it's gone.
Okay. So it's only on for the gossip.
Wait, someone's saying we're good.
We're good?
They're saying we're good. It's fixed. What the heck?
Team, I don't know what's going on here at all. And is it back again? Is it off?
Yep.
Did we need something scary in the background? Daz, I don't know what's going on.
Good.
Team, if you are not here, okay, if you are here from the global not yet community of In the Trenches with Kaz, no idea what's happening at the moment. It fixes itself, it breaks itself. There is no solution. The solution is chaos itself. I can't hear myself being monitored here at all. But I can see I can see it going up. What do you like, guys? Do you like the swing in the background? For all those swingers out there, a thumbs up. It doesn't mean you have to actually be in operations. G'day to the moderators. G'day to the channel members. Understand we've got a whole bunch of people, including Antonio the Ram, that only found out 10 days ago his date to join the army, and now he's doing his first shit in Kapuka. As we speak, maybe not. But he's there, getting ready for his bad haircut. So if you're getting frustrated with everything, remember, it can happen like a Zyrtec.
Yeah, you've just got a deep voice again.
Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow. Hey, Daz, how you going? Guys, I'm a bit baffled. I put in the community section, register your questions, and the top 3 questions would be the number 1 question to go to, which we could make this stream so much about. Didn't get a single question. Huh.
Yeah.
Kind of shocked me. That was your chance to fly with no effort other than writing 1 sentence. You didn't take it up.
In fairness, folks, I only just found out that there is shizzle happening on the community tab on the page. So go check it out and definitely interact, because it's another way to interact, to register questions, things like that.
Yeah. Look, and it's the best way for me to let you know if we're not going to be able to make a stream. So sometimes when you go, hey, Kaz didn't let us know there wasn't going to be a stream on, if you go back and have a look at those dates, you'll see every single one of the times there's something in community tab saying, this is where we are. I thought you could see it all. Yeah. Carl P. Adrian!
There's someone for the book. Do you have the book?
The good thing about if you're in the Navy, Adrian could be a guy or a girl. Adrian Coey was the first girl I ever kissed in my life. I don't know where she is now. I was in year 2, okay, which makes me a bloody offender. You know,
You were only a little guy too, I hope.
can't believe I was kissing a 7-year-old.
Yeah, but you were 7 as well, right?
7.
And what
I was a
do you
Devon
think?
eating 7.
That's a little advanced.
Yeah, but it took me another 19 years or another 12 years to kick one over the goalpost. So who's...
Have you got the book?
Yeah, I have. The book
Okay,
is here.
Bird Kid.
Who?
Bird Kid.
I love that name.
Yeah, it's a great name. It's a new name. I haven't seen Bird Kid around before.
Make sure you subscribe or we'll make you eat mustard via a spoon.
Yeah, exactly, we will.
What date?
And, the 31st of May.
Oh, that's not long.
Yeah, and Big Fella says he's going on May the 31st.
May the 31st.
Pretty sure Big Fella.
Yeah, Big Fella's in the book.
Yeah.
And Bird Kid.
And Bird Kid. Awesome.
Big Fella and Bird Kid.
Yep.
Guys and gals, quick, I've got to ask this question. Obvious. Okay? We've got 10,000 subscribers basically. Okay? Okay. Anzac Day is all about remembering. Yep. Not just Remembrance Day, which is 11th to 11th, but also Anzac Day. And that includes for the Turks, baptism, fire, all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
It's one of our videos that has almost the least amount of views. Okay? If we're going to help you to get in the military or sustain while you're in the military or after you get out, okay, it's important that you remember the little messages that are given, not just as common sense things, not just as good to knows, but as a tribute to the fallen on behalf of all of us, including the UK, Canada, New Zealand, Turkey, who were never really our enemy, especially at that point of time, who won one against us, okay, but lost the rest. Watch the video for the most perfect sunrise you've ever seen. I found the time, okay, before 6 o'clock in the morning. So you can find the time and watch a 5-minute video. Won't waste your time. You're going to love it. Okay, and that was on Kapyong Day, 24th of April, 2021. Okay, what do we got? We've got... Gotcha. Did you get me? 1208. What's the significance of 1208? Can you please let us know?
Yep.
Great to have you here, mate. That's a bit of cracking. You know, you've now joined the forces. You're in uniform. Okay, you've just gone green in chat. Let us know something about you. Gotcha.
Indeed. And there's someone here who says it's their first stream for me and they subscribed today, called Dylan Lamb.
Dylan Lamb, that's a great name. Dylan, and I see that Dylan, you're a member as well.
Yep. Awesome.
Fantastic, mate. So let's send some thumbs out there. And a good in the trenches with Kaz welcome to Gotcha and also to Dylan. And Dylan and Gotcha, do not use this as a default setting. Some of the technical issues we've had here right now. Yep. It's not indicative of this. Not this channel. Would you like to give him a quick welcome, Lauren?
Yes, indeed. Welcome, relax, say g'day, jump in. If you've got questions, drop them in. Stick around. There's a lot of veterans in the chat as well. We do try to answer all the questions, but obviously we don't always get to them, and I do sometimes miss them. But if you have a question for Kaz, do write it in chat, and I will try to ask him and bring it to his attention, especially for you members. I do try to give you preference. So, hello, welcome to the family. We're a bit strange, but, you're welcome here.
Can I quickly say good day to a beautiful name out there, Aisha Khan.
Yeah,
what a great name. What a great name. I already watched it and it was beautiful in reference to the Anzac Day tribute on Kapyong Day, which is the 24th for the 3rd Battalion, the Royal Australian Regiment, stood their ground beside the Canadian Light Infantry of the Princess Patricia's regiment. And it was a sad day for the North Koreans and Chinese. Let's just say they came off with egg on their face. All right. It's pretty sad to watch what's happening at the moment. For those that have studied history, and I've studied a lot of it, I'm getting really, really concerned about what we're hearing with the red corn chip, setting the red line, so to speak, the line in the sand with Taiwan. and to hear Western countries openly talking about the WAR, what is a good for word, conflict, conventional, with one of the biggest countries on earth. You don't normally hear that. It's normally hidden behind veiled speech, but it's being said out loud. There is a whole bunch of countries that are girt, around the red corn chip. No one wins in these sort of things, team. And maybe the inevitable is inevitable. I hope not. I really do. We've also heard some bad news, from the United Nations that have accepted Iran.
Yep.
Okay, Lauren knows a little bit more about this one if you'd like to quickly say it.
This one actually made me a little bit cranky, as you know. Iran has been made, it's been given the high chair of the Women's Issues Council. And anyone who knows about Iran's record of how women are treated would know what the heck.
Yeah, it's like the bully, having a say in getting the award in the schoolyard for fellowship, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we've got Ken Gary with the Who Dares Who Wins donation, which would cover 5,000 views. It's about to jump up on the screen. And he says, "G'day, Kaz. First week of session done at the School of Cool Bimba Platoon. Guys and gals, Mutsu Cal to he who has given us sustenance so I can buy some frozen chicken to prove, that it doesn't cause salmonella. Don't try that at home. Bird Kid also threw some donation in there that would cover 5,000 views. For those that don't know, if you're in Australia, it basically works out $1 is 1,000 views to get that via AdSense on YouTube, so to speak. So, guys and gals, I'm not homeless for yet one more day. Thank you very much, Bird Kid. And if you are, in fact, a kid, please leave the donations down. We just love seeing you here. So the first week of session, we're going to get back to you in a second there, Kanga, which is excellent for the Skippy badge. What's Bird Kid actually asking there?
Bird Kid is saying, thanks for everything and all your knowledge. You had helped me a lot, Kaz. You're an absolute legend. I subscribed a long time ago and went by a different name.
Oh, excellent.
It's always one to change your name.
Now I know it's my dad.
Yeah.
Look, Bird Kid, you're about to start your journey. Fantastic. Love it. We're here for you. But we're not just here for you, team. And this one's for Kangaroo as well. You are the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. But we're here to vicariously answer the questions for family, friends that are either following your footsteps or want to know, what is their kid going through? What can I expect to be happening in this training? Now, Kanga's going to know by now that the leapfrog from Kapuka to the School of Infantry is significant. Okay, it doesn't suffer fools. What you get away with at Kapuka, being barely prepared, will not get you through. What it can do is condemn you to hard training in limbo, limbot, as we would say. Okay, until you get your fitness to a position where you are competitive enough with those that are waiting in holding platoon to actually go to session. And if you're not fit enough, then it's almost probable that you're going to end up with some sort of injury that is from either weight related, bearing packs, whether it be something on the obstacle course, whether it be something from very hard physical PT or repetition or delayed onset muscle soreness or any one of these things, or even a little bit of mental anguish at getting up every day knowing you're going to come last and it's going to be an extremely drawn out, painful experience. Daniel, my brother, Elton John, he's just said that just accepted my Lou.
What's that mean?
I'm not sure. For 2022 ADFA aero engineer. Now, he's not talking about aero bars there or aero ingots. This is a guy who's going to ADFA, okay? We all know what I think about ADFA, okay, as opposed to RMC, but that's fine, mate. As long as that is connected to what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, potentially, then awesome for you. And now you're going to be not paying for accommodation, having a shit job at a coffee shop, although I do it almost for free for the conversations. Okay, you're going to be getting paid no hex bill for all of your education, for all of your qualifications, while hanging around mates, while getting paid more than most people will get after they get out of university. Even your clothes are taken care of. You can leave your air conditioner on. You're a smart man. You're a smart man. You're beyond your years, which is the reason why you're doing aero engineering, making the next aero bar. Maybe you can organise tubes to come back.
Yeah. Letter of offer.
Letter of offer. There we go. That could be you over there. Today, who are you? What do you want, team? What do you want from life? From someone who's 50 years old talking to Lauren who's not there yet.
Nearly.
You know, I'm looking back on a life. I'm getting ready, chapter 2. What comes next? Who knows? All I know is that I'm guaranteed to at least be halfway through the race. What do you want from life? What are you going to do? Are you going to talk about it or put action towards it? Are you going to separate yourself from the doubters who are in your family or in your life? Or are you going to follow the footsteps of someone where there is no heart to it because you don't know how to say no? Like a beautiful young lady saying yes to a man who's on his knee with a beautiful ring. He's a great guy. But it's not just what you want, but you didn't know how to say no. It's such a tough thing. But you have to put action towards it. Because I'm in a position now where I can look back, where I can give you a bit of advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm not a dickhead either. Okay, I am, especially on dance floors. But with wisdom means I can look back on the mistakes I've seen, the mistakes I've made, and tell you the one thing that you have that I don't have is time. Okay, the one thing I've got that you may not have yet is achievement. Okay, I don't feel the need to go out and get sleeves of tattoos to represent something that I've already done. Okay, you guys, there's nothing scarier than not having any idea. No wind necessarily in your sail. Not knowing what direction you're going to go in. What am I supposed to do? Maybe nothing inspires me at the moment. Maybe I'm a chip packet in the wind and a door is going to open as I fly along and it's going to take me into a way where new technologies allow me to work beside Elon Musk for 120 hours a week. I don't know. But you have to know who you are and what you want. And that has to be a selfish decision unless it's drug dealer or something stupid like that. But know that there is hurdles that you can make in front of you by your actions, by your vice, that will prevent you from ever having a life which can perpetually put you in the moors in Werewolf of London, where you go into repeat and repeat like Deadpool of a shit life that you created by actions before your frontal cortex was developed.
Yep.
Separate yourself from the dickheads in your life.
Yeah, exactly. You will never regret that. That is cutting away the dead wood. That is pruning your life.
Yep.
Grow better.
Absolutely.
It's actually a really good question here from Big Fella.
That's what we want to hear.
Okay, I know people are having trouble hearing me at the moment, but we're just going to push through with this crappy audio because it's better than Gremlins. So, sorry. He says, hey guys, my last month pretty much, then heading off. So spending as much time as I can with the missus before I freeze my nuts off. Real worried about her. Any tips to help her through?
How old's your missus, big fella? Because this is also going to be a moment of maturity for her.
Yep.
Okay? We're adults. We need to be able to deal with this. No one should be so dependent on you unless they are someone of special needs. That's family. It's why we have friends. That's why we have community. You know, sometimes some time apart allows us to grow. The unfortunate thing is sometimes it can make us too independent where we think, I'll say again, think that we don't need anyone. I hate that saying. I don't need anyone. I'm an independent, fill in the blank. You're going, oh yeah, no worries, dickhead. Okay, I'll leave you to yourself. No worries. You know, there's nothing wrong with being part of the herd. There's nothing wrong with leaning on someone. Anyone can say they're independent while they're holding aces, flopping over kings. But one day you're going to draw a 7-2, and you don't know what's going to happen on the flop. Okay, and then from there you might need to put that arm out. You might have to be a little bit humble and let people know you are a true friend, and it's the reason why I'm here now asking you and only you, hey bro, is there any chance you can take up the slack?
Yeah. Big fella says they're both 19. That's really young.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is probably going to, it is going to be hard, you know, speaking from this side of things, it is hard, but just, you know, keep your relationship solid, you know, give her quality time when you're with her. Quality time is more important than quantity, you know, make sure she has your full attention while you're there, you know, prepare her for that you might not be able to contact her all the time and that you're going to have to be bonding with your crew.
That's it. And this is going to be, SOS will be with you in 2 seconds, my friend. Over there with the jaundice cow, 10,000 views worth of shekels coming our way. Guys, I'll be able to afford a tent before I know it. Big fella, can your missus hear us right now?
Yeah.
It's important that sometimes when you're going to ask these serious questions, so it doesn't come from your gob, it comes from mine, so I become the bad guy, the instructor, the bearer of sometimes hard truths to let you know.
And it is the truth. It's hard. You know, a lot of ladies, I think, get a culture shock because they don't realise it is difficult to be a military spouse, especially an army spouse. It is, I don't know about the other folks, but I know as an army spouse, it is difficult. It's like being, especially if you've got kids, it's like being a single parent, but you're not a single parent. Yep. And you've still got to keep the other parent in the kids', you know, lives, even though they're not always physically there. And it's difficult because when you love someone, you miss them. And, you know, you miss smuggling them and things like that. But certainly even encourage her to come join the stream. We have like Tyson's missus pops in now that he's gone. We have people's mums pop in. You know, we'll keep her company. Don't you worry about that.
As a matter of fact, what we might do is soon we might do a family and couples stream where all questions can be thrown to myself and Lauren from partners, from family, and we'll answer those difficult questions. If I was going to speak to you, big fella, right now, I would say to your lovely lady, you can let us know what her name is if you want. At 19, you're both in a very fragile position where you might be in a position where you think she's the girl forever. She might think you're the one forever. You get a lot of change coming your way. Now, you may be forever. But at the end of the day, you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And that's the way things happen. You know, as we go into adulthood, you know, we become different people. She'll become a different person. You become a different person.
Yep.
Okay, hopefully it's all tops for you.
Exactly.
Okay, but only time will work that one out.
Yeah, exactly. She has an advantage. She says her older brother went to the army. So she has an advantage of kind of understanding the culture because it is a whole new world. You know, I was just a teenager when I became a full-time army spouse, and it was a culture shock.
And let me say something there. I ended up marrying a girl and was with her for like 6 months after I married her. And then we were divorced, you know, and old. And that was because I was too immature. She did nothing wrong. She followed me to Townsville. I broke her heart. Now she probably thinks she skipped a bullet. She's probably stoked. I don't know. But, mate, honestly, it takes a lot of maturity to make a relationship work. And I'm not talking about army. I'm talking about as an adult. I spoke to a Navy spouse the other day, and I said to Robert, I said, mate, so how is Jeremy? Nah. Sorry, I'm being disrespectful. Let's go back to SOS for a second. We'll keep it Navy there. And then we'll jump back down to Senior Bryce, which is down near, not Sejuna. Where's he live? Kalgoorlie. Sorry, I'm not over from that way. So let's go to SOS, not SAS. Completely different thing. He hasn't been on 60 Minutes yet. SOS sending out there, 10,000 views of AdSense respecto. Thank you, mate. I'm going to put it towards something that tastes better than my breath.
Yeah, and please don't think a little donation is too small, because it is, like Kaz said, a lot of views before you make like $4. So we really, really appreciate it all.
Can you please read that? Guys, if you don't know, my eyes are about as bad as the eyes on a bloody potato.
It's okay. I have my specs on. Hi, Kaz and team. I hope everyone is going well. Nice to finally get a stream. I have a fair bit of viewing to catch up on. A Coke and a coffee for you. That's so lovely.
Thanks, SOS. That's great, mate. And SOS, for those that don't know, he's been here forever. He always goes hard on himself. Mate, you're absolutely fine. You come when you can. No one should feel they have to be here, but there's one video you have to look at, and that's the beautiful sunrise that was on 24th of April this year. And right now, if you want to subscribe, you're going to see your name jump up on the screen, and we'll be pleased to say welcome.
Yeah, indeed. It was like God put that there for you for that video. Now, jumping to Steve S. Bryce. He said this is towards the T-shirt fund, Kaz. Hope your Anzac Day was great and a belated birthday, brother. Duty first.
Thank you very much, my man.
And another word about Steve. He sent me a beautiful tribute that he made around Anzac Day to his friends who he's lost, and it actually brought a tear to my eye and a lump in my throat, and it was very hard to even reply. It was so beautiful. So it was really lovely, Steve.
Steve's a wonderful guy. He's done his time in the regiment, the Royal Australian Regiment, the footsteps of the Anzacs, the footsteps that most of you will be following. So remember that. When someone that gets out, not just this guy, steps into the trenches and stays here, especially as long as Mr. Bryce has, that tells you that what I'm speaking is probably 51% truth, at least. And that's what it needs to be. Because it'd be so easy to call me out if what I do and what I say is full of shit. For those that don't know, quick history, and 25,000 AdSense views right there. Can we please have one caveat that no one ever goes over $25? There is never a reason to do that, team. $1, the colour looks great. We really appreciate it. We do.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Nicole King will come on here and she's going to hash that every time.
Hey, Maddie Mooskow has just become a member.
Yep, welcome.
Join the military. That's my whip sound. Have never felt it, but I've given it out.
Strangely alluring.
Miss you, Cal. Guys and gals, can we get some proper respect out there for MM, which is a lot better than MS? Sorry, I've got a bit of a sick sense of humour, Dean, but you will too after getting the military, police force, fire brigade, paramedic, mother, etc. Guys and girls, a little bit about myself, just so you know. Guys, I was in the army for 24 years. Okay, that's as long as you would have been expected to stay in the army if you were in Rome as an auxiliary force that wasn't even a citizen of Rome. So I've done my time there. I was born on Anzac Day. My father was a veteran. Okay, my daughter is born on Remembrance Day. In the military, I never had a rest, so to speak. I was either in a training institution or I was in the 2nd Battalion, the Royal Australian Regiment. And the only place that really, really sucked was when I went to brigade headquarters and I told my boss, you cannot trust me for this job. It's like giving macrame classes to someone with ADD, which is probably close to the truth as well. And I failed at that, told them I was going to fail at that, and they were surprised about my prophecy. You should never be. I know what my strengths are. I know what my weaknesses are. And one of my strengths is compassion. Too much. I'm a giver. Okay. One of my favourite names ever, Gabrielle Shields. Not so Cal, Gabrielle Shields. Is there a question from either Maddie or Gabrielle? Because we love to answer your questions, especially when you come join the team. There's something that we've said that is clutch, that has made you say, you know what, this is worth being here again. Gabrielle, there you go, on the screen. Shields who? Spartan, looks after the guy or girl to the left or right. When you actually become a member team, what this does for you, if not for me, is it actually creates a link that instead of having 50 YouTube channel subscriptions where sometimes you get told someone's got a video up, this actually creates an umbilical cord. It puts you in the trenches. It gives you a dog in the fight. It gives you a platform where you can ask any question on these insensitive ears and get an answer. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
Big fella has just doubled up and become a member. He's going crazy.
Welcome, big fella, and Mrs. Big Fella will be welcome. Anytime.
And if you're going for Navy, it might simply be another big fella.
I'm assuming, but he did say her. There's some interesting comments.
Yep, let's go. Let's hear it.
Michael Stott said he actually met a subscriber on Anzac Day, and he's saying, how cool is that? That's awesome.
That's awesome, mate.
That is really great. And Nicole King is back again, so you might want to repeat your...
No. All we're going to simply say is Nicole King, okay, military member.
Yeah.
Righto. She gives too much.
She gives way too much.
You're,
very generous.
mate, you are here. No more, not even $1 from you. Okay, not even $1. I never want you to think that our appreciation for you being here is based on currency. It's not.
Exactly. I hear good things about Nicole King. I hear she helps a lot of folk in the veteran community all the time. So, I have a lot of respect for anyone who gives up their time to help other people. And on that note, Daz has a question.
Daz?
He says, here in South Australia, there's a place called the XMRC. It's an ex-military rehab centre, and you and I both know that's very important.
Yeah.
It's for ex-servicemen and women, and they need publicity. How could I help them out?
XMRC. Normally that would happen through Facebook sites.
Yeah, share the posts is a good thing. If they have a post, share it. That's actually a massive help to people. Interact with their page.
Can you please remind me of that one later, Lauren or Daz? Just send me a message, and from there I'll go and check it out.
Yeah, exactly. We will. We'll go give them a thumbs up because that's exactly how you do it.
Can I throw a bit of an apology while I'm here too? An apology to the fact that I take for granted when I'll put the swing of honesty on here. There we go. We'll call it the swing of honesty. Pitch yourself on that chair, and that's my psychology lounge, so to speak. I sometimes assume that you can read my mind, that when I'm away, how many phone calls, how many messages come from so many areas in my life, whether it be my family, school members that I'm still in touch with, friends, military, Patreon, Instagram, global. There is so many different tentacles that connect to this Z-class celebrity.
It's true.
That guys and gals, like all the time I want to call Carl, all the time I want to call Daz, Mr. Bryce. Today I spoke for a long time with Simon Powell, who I didn't even realise has basically been at home with the leg injury and has been out of action for weeks now. He's got some hard times ahead of him.
He should have said.
Yeah, so there's absolutely no disrespect at all. Just taking into account, if I could swap you for where I am, it's almost a full-time commitment to conversations. And every time I'm looking this way, talking to someone, then there's 5 people over there that aren't getting their fix. So there's absolutely no hard feelings.
Exactly. It's better than me. Sometimes I just don't reply because I just don't want to.
Apparently, Carl P., he who dwells on apex roofs, has just found out that his medical appeal was successful. Thank you very much for the shekels there, Carl. You know that we're not about that. But, mate, you were so nervous about this news. You've worked so hard with Lincoln, okay, and with Justin. Not just as a dad, but as a mentor to get there. And I was so nervous that you could be stunted by a hurdle that was created through no fault of yourself, but you're over it now. Well done.
Exactly. Everyone should give him 3 thumbs up.
No.
Yep, they should. He started it. They should.
Mr. Bryce, okay, he hasn't been out for a little while. That's why he's donating money, because he got stabbed in the guts while doing a Good Samaritan's job. Only thing I call bullshit on Kaz is when he says 2RAR is the best battalion in the Royal Australian Regiment. Every no 6RAR rules. Just because it's in a song, mate. Come on, drop it, get over it. Mum and Dad and Denny. You know, Denny was a restaurant that went broke over here. All right?
But I've got to tell you, I only ever hear good things about 6RAR. I hear they are like the living embodiment of, you know, esprit de corps.
Yeah, it's because they're bloody city soldiers. Unlike Townsville, where if you're born with your father's looks, don't go to Townsville, or it's going to be a long time between drinks, I tell you that.
Okay.
Iceberg. I'll never forgive you for what you did to the Titanic. You killed a lot of good men that day, including the captain. Am I not pretty enough? Your ears deserve that. Just want to say thanks for the advice and quality banter and listening on Tuesday. This might be the last stream I see for a while. Catch you in a few months. Iceberg, I've got to tell you, mate, this is the place where you make the phone calls or reach out. Reach out when you're at Kapooka on Sundays when you're religious to have a laugh, to let us know the goss. How many people have quit? What's going on? You know, which instructor do you hate the most? Let it out. Let me know. I know people. Oh no, look out. Attaboy. It's that time of the month. You know.
Yeah, come on.
Guys and gals, please, honestly, I don't say that as like a trick question. Keep donations low. I know you're here. I know you're loyal. I see it. Attaboy. I don't want to say attaboy like well done. I'm saying attaboy is his name. O.
Yes.
ADBOI. Attaboy, you don't need to do that, mate, but I'm also not going to refund it. All right. Mate, thank you very much. You know, we want you just to ask us the great questions. That's what we're after. That's 50,000 views. That's more than the Australian Defence Force gets on any of their propaganda videos.
That's a lot.
Yep.
That's far too much. Ready for a question?
Absolutely. Send it through, Mum. Lauren.
Our new member, Gabrielle Shields, says, is it hard for me as a girlfriend with younger children aged 1 and soon to be newborn? And I would say, yeah, it's hard, but it's also hard when they're older, because when they're older, they do understand that, oh, Dad's not here, or Dad or Mum isn't here, why aren't they here? But also that when they're young, it's a different kind of challenge, because it's a case of missing time and missing milestones. And I'd say when they're babies, it's actually harder on your partner, but when they're older, it's really hard on the kids. It
breaks my heart, these ones, because I'm a father, you know?
Yeah.
And I see the guys that are crying in phones over in the shadows at night.
Yeah.
And I always go easy on, you know. I always have those little times. There's times I go up and I give them the phone and go, hey, ring your missus. I've been doing that my whole career since phones existed anyway. Stubbs, you'll be with you 2 seconds, my friend.
Indeed.
When you've got those kids, like, other than the imprinting on Dad, that those little kids will do. Remember, they won't have memories before 3 years old. It's going to be hard on you, logistically.
Yep.
So make sure that you're near mum, okay?
Exactly.
And mum's going to love that. You know,
Yep.
your man, okay, it's going to be really, really tough on him.
It's gonna be hard. That's milestones missed.
Yeah.
Thief, things like that.
And this, Lauren, is what we say being in the army is like being in jail. We have to hide our emotions as men.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a time and a place, and when someone knows that emotion is spilling out due to being away from a child, you know, we really, really give you that space, arm around, and for a little while, we gather the wings around you and really look after you. And it's very, very important that you tell your instructors about that, you know, and make sure that they actually, if the ones with children, hear the voice, because they will treat you in a different way. They'll look past you as a number. We have a thing where we say, I'm not going to deal with you as punishment. I'll give you a quick example. Stubbs, I'll be with you. If a soldier's done something wrong, and take into account, I never charged a single person during my entire time as a commander and I won't say leader of men, although I was many times. I will never charge someone because I'm not going to take money or time away from a soldier which punishes his children and punishes his partner. So what I do is I reward his wife, his missus, his mistress by making his arms as big as I can, and I'll absolutely flog them with illegal punishments, whether they be chin-ups, push-ups, running, or the whole trifecta. But then I remind him, okay, dickhead, would you rather it be money? Would you rather it be something on your record? No, exactly. So you're going to keep taking this, and Oliver Twist, please, sir, can I have some more? Knowing that by taking this pain that you've asked me for, you want it.
Yep.
And I do it with you. I do it with them.
Yeah. Before you get on to Stubbs, can I just mention one thing that I did when I had babies and
of course.
was going away? I made a little photo book, but make sure it's covered, in like an actual photo book so that they can touch it and get Weet-Bix fingers on it.
We're talking about the same sort of book?
Yeah.
Oh, not for the man, for the kids.
No, for the bubby. And,
okay.
Make it bright, put stickers on it like a little scrapbook. Make sure it's got photos of bubby and daddy, and you can point it out. There's daddy at work, there's you, bubby, and there's daddy. And, so as long as you can keep them connected so they remember their faces, even a good, quite close-up one of their faces is really quite good. You can even get dolls made that are like a cushion that are made out of a photo of your partner and things like that. And there's a lot of great products that you can do that will help your babies in particular stay connected.
You can also, what you can do is get one of your training shirts or one of your husband's boyfriend's shirts.
Yeah.
Don't wash it.
That's
and you put it in the cot with the baby.
That's helpful for you also. Put one under your pillow.
And you want one of the kid as well. Like I used to carry. I carried this. My little girl used to fit in this. That's her little giraffe little dress.
Yeah.
And I've still got the pregnancy test that sits with my medals, as the most precious thing I own. That's the second my daughter officially started to begin. Okay, so that's how seriously I take Planned Parenthood, so to speak.
Yeah.
I can't talk without I get choked up. Can we please go to Senior Stuzzy?
Okay, he said, it's been a while since I've super chatted. Time to change that. Hope you managed to attend dawn service. I know I was freezing up at Singleton.
And Singleton can be freezing. And like the swing of knowledge behind us, the fog that sets in over there amongst the bats that inhabit the trees and ruin Cars Juco, it is a pretty cold place when it's not boiling hot. Hey, we've got Dylan Lamb, a little bit late for Australia Day, Lamb. Silence of the lamb.
Very funny.
Lamb chop. No?
Yeah,
Thank you very much, mate. That's canned dog food for me on an off-pay week. Thank you very much. I will enjoy that. Thank you very much, mate. Very much. And a question, can we please read that one from Dylan Lamb? Does that sound better? Dylan.
Sounds kind of exotic.
It does.
Did my aptitude test yesterday, awaiting my call from my mentor. My main concern is my grades. I'm 28 now and want to follow my dreams.
Okay. Look, all I'll say there, Dylan, from Milan, is that all you can do is go and do your U session, assessment session, etc. And then they'll either say, yes, no worries, your work record is enough to stand by itself, or we still need you to go and do this. All right? It only really becomes a problem when you don't pass aptitude tests. That's when it gets difficult, because that means problem-solving capabilities. Remember that aptitude tests were designed for military selection, so people could see who had leadership, who was also too low on the spectrum to be able to solve problems, face adversity with a short notice or limited amount of time to get a job done, and therefore not become someone carrying a box with the flag upon. So, mate, deal with the problem. When it gets there, don't stress over it. Don't lose sleep over it, is what I'm saying. Yep. Delan, thank you very much. Thank you.
There's Wakey Was Vids.
Wakey Was Vids. Have you got a YouTube channel yourself there, Vids?
I don't know. We'll have to check it out.
Huh. Can we, that's 3,000 views right there.
Yeah.
Wakey. I don't know how to explain it to you, but you know, this is what we do, guys. We're the only channel that does it. And although every single stream, is its own trial and tribulation, it really is. It's always a pleasure. And I always get off here. I don't mean get off here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I mean is you complete me. When I get off here, people say, what do you do now, Kaz? And you don't want to go, I'm a 50-year-old YouTuber, because they're going to go, what? What are you talking about? But I'll tell you a couple of things we did with some Patreon money the other day. I'm going to explain this to you. When we got to Newcastle, and I was there with one of my more serious compadres, so to speak, sorry for those that don't speak Spanish fluently like I do. Fake news. I do a bit. Someone else. Well, what happened was we went down to a coffee shop. Some incredibly cute gals there. The guys looked like, they could represent a calendar as well. All nice people, a lot of energy, nicer than what they needed to be. Now, the first guy, I was speaking to him in order to shake off any chance of him going, he actually wants to talk to the girl, but he's using me to get close to her, sort of thing. I know my age, I know my capabilities, so it was just out of respect. Now I said to this guy, sometimes you never know who's on the other side of a counter and who's in front of you and who might be actually listening to what you're saying in small talk. And he goes, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. And I went, all right. I said, mate, just say, for example, you came across a big bunch of money. What would you do with it? He goes, he's a surfer, makes coffee on the beach, and that was Newcastle Beach. And he goes, mate, I don't need much money. He's going, if I got money, I'd want to help other people, I love, and he reckons he gets off on random displays of kindness. So I said to the girl, okay, well, what do you do? And she goes, no, pretty much the same. I went, okay, no worries. So I had another cup of coffee and I got on my way. Matty Mucho, thank you very much, mate. That's 5K views right there. Not too cow and sore hand for Kaz.
That's always a good thing.
7-2, one aces is fine. So I'll get to it. So Aiden was the gentleman's name. The next day, to let it sink in, I went back. I think I had some salami, the seller said. And I came back to him. I said, mate, this is for you. And I gave him $100 from Patreon. And he goes, what are you on? You can't do that. And I went, it's not for you, mate. I said, what it's about is you said something poignant to me yesterday, and that was you like displays of kindness. I said, so what I'm doing is a display of kindness. I'm giving you $100. I will never know, and that's from people who I represent, not from me. So don't feel any guilt about this. I said, but now it's up to you. I'll never know what you do with it. But what I'd love you to do with it is the next 20 people, because it was $5 rounded off for a cup of coffee, is you choose the next 20 people who you decide, nah, bro, I got you. I got you covered. Complete stranger. Just give them their coffee for free. And watch how they go, I'm going back to that place. I can't believe it. I just went to a shop, went to the beach, thought the day can't get better, and then even got given a free coffee. What the hell is going on there? And he was over the moon. He looked emotional. And so the girl, very, very, very pretty, very pretty, very pretty. And I said to her, she was wearing a red and white top. I was calling her Miss Where's Wally at?
Yep.
Okay, St. George bleeding gum, Christmas candy cane, whatever you want. And I said to her, I said, mate, you might have heard what I did for Aiden. I said, well, I want to do something for you. And she goes, what? And I said, look, what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. She closed her eyes. There was nearly a metre between us, so there was nothing weird. She didn't suspect anything weird either. We had a rapport. I said, I want you to think of someone who always gets taken for granted in your life. Not you, someone else.
Yep.
I go, when you've got a name, I want you to open your eyes. And she opened her eyes and I had $100 on the counter in front of her. And she went, what's that for? And I said, this is to go to that person with you doing something with that person. So it's about kindness as well as time. So what we did by Patreon allowing us to do that, okay, what we've done is facilitated a pebble in the water, so to speak, that's made others feel great. So never think when you make a donation or anything that it simply goes into whatever venture. It's always going back out for some weird, twisted event. And I love you for that, because you allow me to be the best person I want to be, but could never have the finances myself to be able to do that unless QPM in the ASX keeps going up. Thank you, ASX.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Well, look, we do.
Yeah. Did you answer the question?
Which was?
Evening, Kaz, is IET for combat engineer similar to infantry in ways of physical training?
They do need to be fit, but the answer is no. Engineers work at a steel barracks, and that's in Holsworthy. You know, they aren't a tactical formation kind of group. They're not a arms corps, so to speak, like infantry are. Righto? They are technically skilled. They all work on tactical obstacles in front of infantry at times, despite the fact we'll be in front of them, also giving them protection for them. They are capable of giving their own protection. They have a myriad of roles. Their training can be very robust, but it's work orientated. It's not going out there and doing a march. It's not going out there doing a patrol. But what it might be is digging and making a bridge in a tactical timeline that is quicker than you can possibly do it, which makes it excruciatingly hard. But their training is completely different, mate. Okay.
We've got some cows. We've got to move along. Aussie warrior with a green cow.
Oh, that's a big statement. The Aussie warrior.
Yeah, well, congratulations are in order, because he says, "G'day, Kaz. Hope you're well, mate. I've got my enlistment date on the 23rd of May. Better put him in the book."
Is that 28th of May?
23rd.
He's not alone. There's other people going in at that time. Look at this, Aussie warrior. Look at this. You know, invisible book. Not so invisible. Even with green screen, it's... Look at that.
Slightly invisible.
Slightly invisible book. 24th of May. You can't even say the New Zealand accent. It comes out as May. You're going in with Delegate, Senior Cooper, Ryan, Ryanopoulos. Okay, and we've got the Aussie Warrior.
Ryanopoulos is off then, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been around for ages. Listen, and he's says he appreciates all the tips and tricks you gave out in your videos.
Now that's something we can say in a New Zealand accent.
Yeah.
Tips and tricks.
Tips
Tops and trucks. I tell you what, to the New Zealanders out there with it, we really, really love.
We do.
I'm getting real scared for you, team. I'm getting really scared for you. You know, if we got any thumbs up there for any New Zealanders there, because I've got a real bad feeling, your Prime Minister,
Yep.
Ahern, Christine.
Yep. Yeah, Jacinta.
Jacinta, that's it. She seems to be adverse, anti-Australian. She wants our tourist dollars, but she doesn't want anything to do with us. And she's now discredited your country and said that she doesn't want to be part of the Five Eyes. She wants to stay on the side of the red corn chip.
Yeah, we should just become the Four Eyes then. Four Eyes, that's funny.
Oh.
Okay, right behind Aussie Warrior is Maxim Zervos.
Zervos.
Yep, with a blue and a cup of tired. I think it is.
Is that a cup of shut the hell up, Gaz?
Yeah, maybe tired of us. But thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that 2,000 views worth of AdSense.
Do you have a question, Maxim? If you have a question, pop it in.
Maxim, the Maximum machine gun.
Yeah.
Guys and gals, we've got Dave Benson there from NAM.
Dave Benson's been here for a while. He's been really good in the comments answering people's questions too. I just want to say we appreciate all the veterans in the chat who take the pressure off, but actually being able to answer a lot of your questions.
Newsflash, everyone.
What?
Holy shit.
What happened?
Now, Dave Benson was the highest rank he could possibly get when he was in the Australian Army as a Y1. But guess what?
What?
We've just promoted him to ad moderator, so we've got someone in Vietnam. Dave, you are now a moderator within the trenches with Kaz. So when you're in Vietnam and feel like no one's speaking your language, but also not talking Japanese, I really think so.
Come on now, can you do that?
That's my favourite song.
Yeah.
I said Japanese, not Vietnamese.
Yeah.
So, mate, you're with us now. You know, you just got promoted again. So I hope that makes you feel good, and you don't have to do anything, mate. You just keep being yourself. You know, and one day I might be up there looking for a short soup. But I don't want to eat any roaches or any tarantulas that I see getting sold on street corners in YouTube videos.
I would give it a whirl. I want to eat crickets.
Nope.
They look yum.
You can't. The bats are huge.
No, the crickets.
Oh, the insect.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I was a bit slow then. I get it.
Well, let's do this for Dave Benson.
Okay.
And can we get some welcomes, please, to our newest moderator, presented by Shiratama Reptium, not Rectium.
Yeah.
You know? And what we're going to do is going to watch a bit of prawn together. Look at them. These are freshwater prawn, team. No music to it, just the look of the filter and these little guys getting going. There we go. Cameo performance. Just something interesting. I always try to bring you something different in the background. What colour is that prawn there?
Which one? The black ones or the
Racist. Racist.
You just, that was a trap.
Prawns of colour. Okay. George, Kaz, any words of advice for someone going into the Navy? Mate, there's Rhinopolis there. 24th of May, he's going to be in 24 platoon. You're going with the Aussie Warrior. You can't go wrong. You're going to be in the hallway going, Aussie Warrior? Aussie Warrior? Aussie Warrior. And everyone's going to be looking at you and he'll be going, Rhinopolis. I went to Greece and I saw the Rhinopolis. We've got a sniper in here too. Who are we talking to?
George Atkinson. I got some words of advice for him if he's joining the Navy. Keep coming to streams because we actually have a Navy guy here.
Yep.
Mr. Gray, Mr. C. Gray. You'll see him pop up sometimes.
USS Wasp as well.
Yeah, I don't think Mr. Gray is here.
Connor?
Now, but he is usually and often, and you may even catch him in the comments of other videos. and he is our Navy expert. He's a great guy, great sense of humour, and he will definitely help you out with Navy questions.
And he has rank.
And he does have rank, yes, indeed. And his missus is Navy also, so if you've got any questions about, both folks serving, things like that, he is very helpful.
I know you're confused now because we just said that he's got a missus.
Yeah, funny. Yeah, she's a sailor too.
Yep, we love him. Jay Hayes, Westside.
Yeah, Jay Hayes, I see him there, and in fact, he's doing me a favour because there was a little bit of spam. We don't mind just repeating your questions, but please don't just cut and paste it constantly. We will get to it.
Sorry, this is what I meant to say before. Sorry for cutting you off. Guys and gals, if you have a channel or you have an Instagram link or something like that, I'm telling you now, you have permission to self-advertise as long as you don't spam in our comments. When I tell you are welcome here, you are welcome here. If there's an extension of you and I can facilitate you helping yourself, I don't jump on people for putting their own link in there. So feel free to do that, guys. Okay?
Yeah.
But in saying that, take into account that most people don't tend to leave a stream to look at a random one unless we say, hey, look, you go, Kaz, can the guys go and do that? And the best time to do that is near the end of a stream where I'll go, hey, look, does anyone have any call-outs that they'd like? As a matter of fact, is there any call-outs that anyone has right now, whether it be family, whether it be children?
Exactly. Even putting it in the comments afterwards is probably best because some people watch the stream, but they don't actually always watch the chat back. So putting it in the comments after the stream has uploaded will guarantee that anyone who comes to the video and that looks at comments will see it, and more people will just look at the comments rather than read through like an hour's chat.
That's it.
So that's probably the best thing. The same with questions. If we don't get to your question for some reason, we may have something else we want to talk about. We might go off in a tangent, and we're never going to stop doing that. So if we don't get to it, just put it in the comments after the stream has uploaded, and it will be answered.
That's it. I'm going to try and ring my little girl now, but
Yep.
if my ex-partner picks up the phone, then what I'll quickly do is jump out of the room for a second, and I'll address that out of respect to her. And Lauren can look at questions and be speaking, and I'll be straight back.
Okay.
But my little girl deserves to hear her father's voice. I am the wind beneath her wings. No, it's the other way around.
Exactly.
2 seconds. Being a dad and a mum is the best thing that will ever happen in your life team, honestly. The little sidekick. G'day, Stoddy. Hey, how you doing? Hello?
Good.
That's good. Have you told Mama that you're with Mimi in the morning?
Pardon?
You know you're with Mimi in the morning, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm really stoked that we got some of that done today. Don't let it stress you, the speech preparation. We're going to get through it and you're going to be great, okay?
By the way, Mum doesn't understand one bit of my writing, so you have to write it in your letters.
That's okay, because that's just our wargaming. That's our butcher paper. We do everything. We prepare everything together and then we clean it up.
You need to write it.
Okay, I'll do that. Some say that even my typing is messy. Yeah,
How do you type message?
I know.
That's impossible.
I manage it.
Right.
Who loves you the most in the world, me or your puppy? Good night, darling.
Good night. Love you. Bye-bye.
Can you do me one favour?
Yeah.
Can you call me Deadpool?
No.
Ah, okay. Love you, darling. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Good night. Bye. There you go. Guys and gals, that's just one of the necessary evils of being here on the stream. That's what we do. Mums and dads will understand and have a laugh at it as well. And I tell you, You know, it's to love anything more than yourself is a fantastic thing. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Feel free to throw some likes up there if you can too, team. I don't know if it makes any difference to anything. And if I can give any recommendation here whatsoever, there you go. Dave Penson there is the blue spanner.
Yep, he looks good in blue.
Can we throw a warning out to everyone here that be very, very careful of going onto YouTube and looking up anything to do with reactions to music and stuff like that? My God. Can you please give a rundown on that, Lauren?
Yeah, it's addictive. It is addictive. Like sometimes Kaz will be getting ready for bed and I'll say, oh, Kaz, you got to see these American folk reacting to John Farnham or something, and then it starts him on a magical mystery tour that lasts for weeks of watching people react to songs they've never heard. And then you sent me to this amazing Metallica concert that I'd never even heard of.
That was insane. When I saw that, mate, for those that don't know, that Metallica was the first concert to ever play in Russia after it broke down from being the USSR when all that went to shit. And when they turned up, they decided to hold a free concert for Russia. 1.6 million people turned up for a free concert. Every single one of those people would have pissed on the ground. So even if it didn't rain, those guys were moshing in suit, literally. You know, soldiers had ripped their uniforms off. That was before OH&S. There was helicopters 20 metres flying over the crowd. It was the most holy shit moment that you normally ever see other than GoPro near misses. We've got Carl P there. Carl, I apologise. I mean, I'll get on to you, mate. You know, we have had so much incoming, and me being the OIC of events for the last week and a bit. I'd like to throw out a couple of things here, recommendations. And one is to Kristen, who at the moment is in Kapuka, who sent this to me for my 50th, which is the Coca-Cola, what do they call them? The little pop hero things of the Coca-Cola. Absolutely made my day. The other one, which I hear a lot about, but I'll do this, I'll save the finale for a moment. There was the knife that my friends gave me. Boom. I don't know what sort of message your friends are telling you when they're annoying you and they give you a knife. But there you go. That'll do me well. The other thing is my daughter gave me my 50th birthday present. And I thought that's fantastic, you know, but I didn't realise how good they are, is the iPod Pros. The EarPod Pros. The fact that now I don't need to take my phone out of my pocket, I can communicate with clarity is fantastic, and it helps with the bat phone conversations too. So thank you to my lovely little girl. And then there's this beautiful, beautiful thing that my friends from Melbourne gave me. I've got it right here. You're going to love this, team. You're going to love it. Yeah. Carl, check this out. Dave Pence will love it too. Oops. Look at that for a memorial. I need to take it to a beach to get a photo of it. And what it is the modern boots, okay, with the slouch hat made by Tom Price on the dirt. Okay, and that goes so well with the knife, and you might have seen it on my Instagram. Okay, it's a beautiful gift. I didn't expect anything other than their presence, not their presence. Absolutely touched, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's going to look great in a photo on the beach. And if I can give it any advice to someone, don't get the same old photos as everyone else with the sun coming up. Get down low, make some foreground, and you're going to have some beautiful photos forever, and you'll see some of those soon.
Yep, I've got someone for the book, but
yeah.
I don't have a date. Jessie Grand says, finally off to Kapuka next week after a year-long process. Thank you, Kaz, for using this space to help give advice along the way. Much appreciated.
You've got hard work to go now, man. I get vicariously sit back as you do Kapuka in winter. The bear pit will literally feel like a bear pit. So, Jessie,
just let us know what date, and we will put you in the partially invisible book.
Look at that. It's amazing with the green screen background. Look at that. So good. We're going to get out of here in a sec, team. We didn't want to waste time for too long. And mucho appreciation for this, for our return stream. I feel like I'm hungover, even though I never truly got hungover. It was one of the first times I actually used a bit of common sense and just enjoyed the moment. It was really, really good. So Desi's name is what?
Oh, hang on. Let me just go back. I was caught up with someone else's comment that I was going to bring to you before we get out of here. Jesse with a Y, it was. Jesse Grant.
Is that for the 5th of May?
I don't know if he's already in the book, maybe.
I'm going to put him here anyway. And we'll see. There we go. There we go. You're going with mechanic as well. Jesse. Jesse, if that's your full name, mate, you need to change your online identity because the military, they do look to see if there's any infractions. Okay, mostly for male soldiers that support the wrong causes, right causes, conservative, etc. So be careful, mate. Change your name, make a funny sort of nickname, etc. And you'll be good to go, mate. I'm just trying to look after you.
Yeah. There's a bit of a conundrum.
Oh.
Has a conundrum.
Okay.
It says, in a previous assessment day, I said I tried marijuana once. In my recent interview, I said I'd never done drugs. And the psych called me up for lying. Am I effed?
It's too late. The horse is bolted on that now.
Yeah, exactly. It's not so much the doing of drugs, it's the inconsistency in the answers that will be the problem.
Especially from a psychologist that goes, I get this many people in front of me, it doesn't cut my ass at all to make a decision. Now, the thing is, we say this over and over again, guys and gals, you've got to have the common sense to know that if you have nothing in your blood and you don't have anything on your record, then you haven't done it. There is no way of proving it otherwise. Now, I explained to someone else the other day that was all about integrity, etc. And I'm like, mate, who are you trying to show honour for? Someone that can never prove something and they're begging you not to throw yourself on the sword. That's clutching defeat from the hands of victory. Guys and girls, don't do drugs. You want to be in the military, we cannot afford to have people on drugs. People with diminished sense of reality, okay, while they have extremely dangerous weapon systems, not just to themselves and others, but also to civilians and the mission. We don't need them on that wall. Do not get a dependency, and this goes right back to what do you want in life? The things that you do while you're young, okay, can create hurdles for you in the future. And then it doesn't matter if you're a great guy. It doesn't matter if you're the best candidate. You can shoot yourself in the foot, and you may have just shot yourself in the foot. If you'd have dealt with that situation then and they said, hey, look, there's inconsistency, you said you never tried drugs, yet you said before that you've tried a scoob here or there, when you were younger, you could have said, you are right. You are right. I did do that. But that was pre-18, never caught of anything, never done that. And that was more of a peer pressure thing, and it's not the guy sitting in front of you. So absolutely no attempt to hide anything from you there. Is there any other questions? Sorry if that came across that way.
Yeah, just be honest.
And even then it can be too late. They don't want anyone that already has a pre-exposed peer pressure perplexity to follow an illegal substance.
Yeah.
Whether we agree with it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let us know how that goes, but because time is going to tell with that one. Too many teeth, Jay. What the hell is going on there, Dave?
We're talking about your background. We're talking about the Collingwood supporter shrink.
Oh, okay.
We'd think how delicious they'd be. We'd even eat that snail thing in the background, we've decided.
Oh, really?
Bit of escargot.
But that looks like corn over there in the background.
But it's, well, it's not. It's a little snail thing. It come up in the foreground before. it looked normy.
I'm gonna let the members decide what our 3 different choices of background is going to be for our next stream.
Gooey ducks swimming.
No, it can't do that shit. No one wants a subterranean penis.
We do. We want to see gooey duck hunting. We want to see people digging up gooey duck.
It's filth. It's filth.
You asked for suggestions.
Yeah. I've done the psych, had the defence interview.
Yep.
It's coming up in two days. Be ready for that question, is what I'd say. And now don't shirk it. Now that they clearly asked that question to see what you'd do, so they baited that question, mate. Yeah. Stoddy, don't need drugs. I am the drug. Some would say I'm a hard pill to swallow.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
So should have I. We depth charge those shrimps and they float to the surface, already cooked and peeled. The key to a good prawn sandwich that people never realise, and I found it by accident, is put some red onion with it, and that is awesome. Anzac Day sunrise, bam. The Anzac Day sunrise.
That was amazing in your video, in your tribute video. That wasn't it. It's worth watching just for the sunrise.
I had no idea what people were talking about until I rewatched it, because I had to get it done in one cut as the sun was coming up, as I was preparing to go and pick people up from the airport. It was magic. Hey, Connor G. Bob, subscribed. Well done, mate. Great to have you here. Can we get some thumbs up? You're probably going to see a trifecta of these freakos in the bloody chat. And mate, is there a question that you have for us? Thanks for coming along and subscribing. I understand it's free, but mate, it still goes a long way. We're trying to get to 10,000. We've been there before. Lost our account at 16,000 or 15,000 and change a couple of years ago. So here we are on the path again. Hey mate, just finished dinner. Lightfoot, did you eat vegetables? Let us know. Good to have you here, mate.
Yeah. I love yabbies.
I haven't eaten them.
You know what I like? A yabby roll is delicious. You know what I love? Marron. If you ever get the chance when we go to WA, you've got to eat some marron.
Everyone always says that. The blue ones.
You should do it.
No.
We'll go to a marron farm and we'll get some marron.
Do they plant them in the dirt?
Yeah, that's how
The
they go.
bitter pill swallow. Not looking forward to that conversation. No, neither would I. I'd be shitting myself, mate. But you know what? They might fire a shot over your bow and then still go, don't be a dickhead next time. When we ask for the truth, we don't mean the whole truth, nothing but the truth. We're soldiers, not cops.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, great to see the 3 thumbs up, guys. Carl P has created his own cult.
It's a thing now. Yeah, exactly.
You know, Leo Wanker is, offsetting that. Thank you very much, mate. That looks like a game of hippie twister that's in the chat there for Leo Wanker. Hands going everywhere. Put your hand on her green spot. Dave, the demonstrations of integrity are worth something, mate. They are, but they can damn you, because once it's said, it can't be unsaid. Yeah.
It's true. You can't put the fart back in the bum.
You can't, and I've tried.
We say that very often around here.
It's a proven fact that girls hate the smell of gastro.
Oh, God, yes.
That's the thing. Like, if I was dating a girl and she goes, I've got a lower bowel disease, I'd go, oh, look past that. But I actually even have a laugh. But I'm telling you guys, when you're a dude and you're casually dating and you've got lower bowel disease, there's no way they want you back in that bed, despite the fact that you swear on the 5th. You know?
That bad. It's like my dog the other day. He smelled like the pits of hell. He smelled like a sulfur pit. It was disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, the
Room.
You know what? I'd tell them that story, and I'd say it that way too, mate.
Yeah.
You know, that you had some of the devil's lettuce when you're a little kid, and you just didn't even think about that. You know, you could go blood test me. You can do whatever you want, because guess what? They're going to blood test you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you can answer questions, difficult questions, before they're asked. And that deals with the elephant in the room. And I don't mean the fat girl that sings at the end. Can you even say that anymore? It's all over when the fat lady sings?
You just did.
Who's,
Yes,
you can still say it?
They say we can't.
You know what? You can say whatever you want as if you've got a mouth guard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dave, you can't put a fart back in.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. No matter how hard you try, you can't.
Achilles is great, mate, but I've got to tell you, Jay, you know, he's a naval dog. You know, that little sucker pretends to be almost asleep, and then whack starts kissing you right on the mouth. You're going, mate, not only are you too young for me, young fella, you know, but I'm a dude as well. You know, and he tries to turn up to every formal function with his lipstick out.
Oh, good grief.
Well, I'm not going to cut him until he goes Discovery Channel on another one.
Too far. Too far.
I want to be able to give another family a free cavoodle. You know, rather than that bloody $6,000 price tag they get.
Indeed, you put him to stud and you get the pick of the litter. You should do it.
What's Josh? Doesn't that sound like a ritzy name? Josh Hilton.
It does, yes. You're a legend, mate. You single-handedly gave me the best information about when wanting to join the army as. Yep, he's pretty good.
Thanks, Josh. Mate, I'll be your caddy.
That wasn't creepy at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Zane. I think we're not long sticking around here. I think you've come in at the end.
Yeah, dude, we're just prawning around here at the moment.
We are indeed.
Let me put on the chair of wisdom for you. There we go. I've got to go to the psych tomorrow. You know, don't be afraid to reach out for help. As Jay Hayes knows with Kaz, bam, I represent the Beyond Blue. Also, for those that saw, I know Lauren did. You know, Buckaroony, just a couple of days ago, he auctioned off the Buckaroony Kaz collaborative football that they actually played a game and ended up having a punch on with after the game. It went for $300, and that was paid for by Brent Wall. So Brent Wall, consider yourself lucky. I would have outbid you. Fantastic if you're out there, mate. And I'll be having some of those balls for those that need the balls, and I'll be doing them as giveaways, as well as kicking some into school grounds. And when we go on trips in the van, Halen, then I'll be throwing some of those out to people in remote towns.
Yeah, no, I think it's the logo looked great on it.
Yeah, it did. It looked good.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And they're taking them to New Guinea as well to give them to villages.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, with the pilot man, is that right? I can't
Yeah.
remember his name, but
Yeah.
he's a nice chap, good YouTuber as well. We should know his name, I suppose.
Well, Will Berryman, g'day, my friend. How you going, mate? What we're going to do there, Will I am, is because you're a member, mate, you're going to get a chance on this one, buddy. I'm going to put a message out in the next 24 hours on YouTube for members to choose what one of three backgrounds that you'd like to see, understanding you don't want it to necessarily get annoying as such. So you'll have a say in that, mate, and thank you very much for joining us in Patreon as well there, Will. It's great to have you here. And guys and gals, we are here to help you. You choose the topics. You know, you really do. You know, you can talk about anything, but in order for you to be successful in life, you've got to sort of know who you are. Do what you need to do, what you want to do, align with those that you want to live the rest of your life with, and treat everything seriously while having a down-to-earth look at life. Because anything can be your next career. It might be a keeper. Yeah. Want to join the army for 4 years? You might be in for 40. I don't want a gooey duck, thank you, Tim.
See, we've spoken. We want a gooey duck in the background.
Anzac sunrise better be one. Beautiful, thanks, Cass.
That would be a good one. Having said that, that would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be a good one. Yep, but you'll get your chance to put that in the comments in the community section when it goes out for you guys. You know, if you want to go back and look at the community section in the past, each one of them is normally a timeless sort of message or letting you know what's going on. Guys and gals, you can always register your questions there too. And it's an absolute pleasure to have you here tonight, post Anzac Day, post turning 50. The first video I've made since actually being 50, going grey, upstairs, downstairs, and everywhere in between.
I think you're just getting better.
Better with age, just like pizza.
What? Pizza?
It never tastes better than what it does out of a bin in Townsville the day after a hangover.
That's true. Yeah, but pizza for breakfast is a good breakfast. Breakfast of champions.
It's good van food.
Yeah, okay. It's been great to see everyone here. Thank you for everybody new. It was really nice to see you. Thank you for all the encouragement and positive feedback. We really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up below the screen before you go. If you haven't subscribed yet, you really should, because we'd love to see you back again. Click the bell for notifications so you hopefully don't miss out on any of the future streams. Also, if you can, share this stream or the community with your social networks, because we are on the road to 10,000 and I can see we are creeping up there and we want to grow our family, and the more the merrier. So thank you to the moderators. Thank you very much to the members. Thank you to new members. Thank you to everybody who donated today. That was quite overwhelmingly wonderful. And new people, workers, everybody who came along and shared their time with us. We love you very much, and we hope we'll see you next stream.
And we'll see you on Friday at 7:15, taking into account this weekend is Mother's Day. If you're not going to thank your mother, then go and make a mother. Yeah, and just an extension, just so you know, let's lock this in. Congratulations to Dave Pence in Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. And Dave, we will be sending you one of the Aussie footballs, the In the Trenches with Cats footballs. We will be sending one to Daz. We will be sending one to Mr. Bryce, you know, who are in those remote locations, you know, and we expect it not to sit on a mantelpiece. We want to see it kicked around, and maybe someone lose a bit of bark getting tackled on that grassless surface of the moon that you call home.
Yeah, as Bryce lives in Kalgoorlie, it's only red dirt. It's
Yep.
just gonna, I want to see that red dirt on it.
I want to walk on the bindies to keep my feet off the grass, off the hot dirt. Okay, team, let's get out of here. Thank you for putting up with the voice. Robbie Kent, keeper of hounds.
Yeah.
Okay, see you later. Dylan, you know, I love your music, man. See you later. And I still wish I had Jesse's girl. Where did I find a woman like that?